folks. This is Mark Hummel here for Mark Hummel's Harmonica Party, and I'm sitting here with a longtime Southern California resident and harmonica legend, singing legend. How about it for Kim Wilson here in Long Beach? Yay! So we are we're here before a gig of mine, and Kim came down to do this interview. So we're just going to talk about Kim's career and get into just his backstory, because I've known about you. I first heard about you, believe it or not, from the guy at J&F Records.
Wow.
Do you remember that?
No.
J&F Records was in Pasadena.
Okay.
And a guy named John Harmer, I think his name was.
John Harmer?
He was him and Frank Scott had a record store.
Wow.
And in Pasadena. And he was the first guy to tell me about you. And you were Goleta Slim, and he said, there's a very fine harmonica player in Santa Barbara. I think his name is Goleta Slim.
No, we were talking about that yesterday. A guy, my buddy, gave me that name. He's no longer with us anymore. He's got me up on a lot of stages, actually.
Now, who was that?
A guy named John Phillips.
Oh,
Not the John Phillips you're thinking of, but he, not the Mamas and Papas guy, but this guy was a guy from Texas. He was a diver. He collected rare shells, and he was a blues harmonica player. And when I first came on the scene, I was a pest, and I bugged a lot of people.
As we all are.
I bugged a lot of people, but I didn't have to bug him. He would get me on so many stages.
Right.
I met George Harmonica Smith through him.
Oh, okay.
And he was just a great guy, and he was a great record collector as well. Had stuff. I mean, the first time I ever heard Light and Slim, Lazy Lester, even Little Walter. Actually, Little Walter I had heard before, but he had those syndicate chapter records that were very rare.
Yeah.
And I went, oh boy, that was insane. You know.
Now, you started late. You didn't start till you were, what, 19 or something?
17.
17. Okay.
Yeah, I was 17.
And you were playing football a lot.
I was playing football. I was captain of the football team in high school, but I was also a musician when I was 9 years old. I was a trombone player.
Oh, okay.
And my dad was a singer.
Right.
So
I remember hearing that.
he didn't really encourage me to play music because he knew how hard it was. And he encouraged me to be a fine artist, which I took a shot at. I had scholarships to go to college for fine art and football.
Right. And then you hurt yourself in football, right?
Yeah, but I just broke my collarbone. But I didn't know. I didn't think I was going to go far in football anyway. I was a very small kid. If I would have been this size in high school, I would have been on the line.
Right. Right.
But you know, I just knew the writing was on the wall for me. You had to be, even back then, you had to be superhuman to move on. Right. And I did have a scholarship to go to play Sonoma State College, and they ended up scrapping their football program.
Wow.
A little later, but fine art and football.
Yeah. And how many siblings do you have?
I have two brothers.
Two brothers. Okay.
I have one brother that plays.
Brad.
That you know. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He's up there. He's got a band called the Rhythm Drivers.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good band.
Yeah.
He's a good singer.
Yeah.
You know,
he sounds like you kind of.
Oh, that's what they say.
Yeah. The first time I heard him, I was walking down to your gig and I heard him singing. I go, oh, there's Kim.
Well, you know, good thing I influenced somebody. But, you know, he's a good guy. And
do you think your dad had something to do with that?
Maybe.
In terms of your guys' voices?
Well, they were all, my mom and dad were always singing around the house. You know, we had a piano in there. My mom played a little piano, and they would sing together. And it was kind of embarrassing for us kids, but it was a lot of a lot of activity of that kind. I mean, my dad used to sing in choirs and stuff. Everywhere my dad went, people wanted him to sing. They wanted him in their outfit, whatever it was, usually a choir. And he didn't do much of it. My dad worked for GM. That's how we got out to California.
That's how come you were born in Detroit.
Yeah. So that was probably an influence on us. My dad was also an artist. He was a fine artist as well. He was a draftsman at GM.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Did you get into art at all?
I did.
Did you?
I had scholarships. I had.
Wow.
Yeah. I was. When I was a senior in high school, I didn't really have much academia. I had about 4 or 5 art classes in a row.
Wow.
And then I had an architecture class when I was a senior, and but they would stick me in my own room because everybody else was drawing like airfoils of wings and stuff, and they stuck me in to make a house.
Wow.
And yeah.
I must have been good at it.
I was pretty good. Yeah.
So with music, you got into blues bands pretty straight away, didn't you?
Right away.
Yeah.
I mean, I picked up a harmonica when I was 17. I was a senior. After football season, I picked up a harmonica, and there was a guy always playing in the hallways, and who I still know. His name was Matt DeRodio. Had a good tone. But he was out playing in the hallways. I wouldn't do that. But I started playing, and then a month later, I was in a band.
And you were like woodshedding serious, right?
I was woodshedding, yeah. I mean, I was a good singer.
Yeah.
So harmonica was kind of on the job training. But I was woodshedding, of course. I mean, that first George Smith record on World Pacific, a tribute to Will Walter. Right. I love that. I love that first James Cotton record, too, on Verve.
Right.
That was my Bible for the Seabirds from there on out. Mm-hmm. And then I heard Little Walter, and it just kind of, everything just kind of flipped around.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was woodshedding. I learned that there were things on my harmonica, there were things on the records that I didn't have on the harmonica. Like James Cotton playing in first position on Soul Survivor. Right. And so I was like, no, what? So I learned all that stuff pretty much on my own. Right. And
so you never had lessons?
No. Okay. No, I never had lessons. Right. I'd go, like when I met George, which was very early on. I mean, you got to realize something. Within a year, I was playing with Eddie Taylor, Johnny Shines, Freddie Lewis, George Harmonica Smith, Albert Collins, Lowell Fulson, Pee Wee Crayton. I mean, all of them. And so when I met George, which was my buddy John Phillips, was on a gig with George at a place called the Headband in Goleta. And I was, of course, too young to get in, but I had a fake ID. And I had an ID that I found in a parking lot saying I was 40 years old, and they believed me. But it didn't even really look like me. But so I get in there, usually I had a band from the very beginning. I mean, very, very rarely was I not working on the weekend. So I go walking in the club. George is my hero, and I'm like wigging out to see him. And my buddy John Phillips is up there blowing 3. And then he'd get down and George would get up. Well, he comes to me, sees me in the audience. He comes up to me and goes, "Hey, man, I want you to get up there during my 3 songs." And I went, "I don't know." I was kind of chickening out. And he said, "No, you're doing it." So I got up there and I played 2 songs and the people were responding. And then in the middle of the 3rd song, George comes hopping up on the stage with me. And I'm like, holy shit, this is, wow. I mean, I'm bow-legged and my knees were knocking.
Right.
So George gets up there and he makes me do, he was kind of a vaudevillian guy, or if you recall.
Yeah.
Lay on his back, you know, kicking. So I had to do everything he did. And the people were going nuts. And so he did a version of You Don't Love Me just on the one.
Right.
For the last song. The band would get down one at a time until it was just him and me.
Yeah.
And so we finished, the crowd goes crazy. And then the club owner comes up and says, how about it for George Smith? There was no George Harmonica Smith back then.
Right.
It was just George Smith. And I don't know who this guy is. And he handed me a C note.
Really?
Which was a lot of money at that time. And so George comes up to me afterwards. He says, hey, man, I want you to finish out the week with me.
Wow.
And I went, wow. Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
And I said, really? And he said, yeah, I'm for real. I'll never forget it. So that was the beginning of a great friendship with George, you know. And, you know, but there were so many people coming in. Albert Collins, Luther Tucker. We went to this place in, there's a place called Fergie's in Galena.
Right. I remember that, man.
And so we walk in to Fergie's and we go, you need a band. Okay. So we're in. We're playing. No money. Mm-hmm. But my room was $10 a week.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So you could get bacon and eggs for $1.75.
Right.
You could get taquitos for a dime, tacos for a quarter. I mean, you know. So we're there for a couple months. Every weekend. We also played Cold Springs Tavern.
Oh, okay, yeah.
On Sundays.
Right.
Not every Sunday.
Right.
And so I said, well, bring Pee Wee Creighton in here. We'll back him up. Okay. So he did it. So we had Pee Wee Creighton. We had Tucker. We had Albert Collins in there. We had Margie Evans.
Oh, okay.
We had, one night we had Pee Wee, Lowell Fulson, and Margie Evans all together in that little club.
Wow.
And, you know, I mean, made some really, really good friends.
Yeah.
And they were very, very supportive. You know, I was lucky. If it wasn't for them.
I know you and Tucker go way back.
Yeah, me and Tucker. Tucker actually was, I started a band with Tucker.
Did you?
A very short-lived band.
Right.
Because I even flew him out to Minnesota.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it just, you know, I mean, he was like a duck out of water, you know. I remember one night calling Tucker.
You kind of needed somebody to look out for him.
Yeah, and I did. I tried.
Yeah.
And I remember going out with Robillard, Tucker, Fran, and Sarah Brown.
Right.
And
I think Duke gave him a guitar.
Duke gave him a guitar. He pawned it. Or he gave
Did he really?
pawn it. So,
jeez.
So, but I kept the money from him.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept the drugs from him.
Smart idea.
And I was on him.
Yeah.
Every night we'd be playing Rummy. Every night after the show.
That must have been great.
It was incredible.
That must have been so great.
It was incredible. It was incredible to know him. He moved to Austin too for a little while.
Right, I heard about that.
And so, you know, it was a great childhood, a great time to be growing up. I mean, in the Santa Barbara area, we have so many people playing around there. You know.
Yeah.
Everybody was playing in the Bay Area.
Oh, yeah.
So everybody all over California.
No, that's why I moved to the Bay.
Yeah, and the Bay Area at that time was incredible.
Really incredible.
Oakland, after hours.
Right,
Oh,
exactly.
God.
Yeah.
We used to play in that Luther Huff. Was it Luther Huff?
Oh, no, you're talking about Charles.
Charles Huff. That's
Yeah. I played with him a lot.
He was.
That guy was hardcore.
He was something, man.
He was hardcore.
So, you know, and Tucker lived up there in San Anselmo.
He weighed about 120 pounds.
Well, being slim isn't bad.
And he'd sing his tail off.
Oh, he was a great singer.
Yeah. So how did you end up in Minneapolis after Santa Barbara?
Well,
Was that your first kind of stop after Santa Barbara?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing was going on here. There was no
Mhm.
money.
Right.
And I wanted to make my living playing music, and I had a day job for a little while, but I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. And I said, well, I'm either going to be a musician or a wino.
Right.
And I became both.
Yeah.
So
amazing.
But I had met this guy, Bob Bingham,
Right.
Bobo. I don't even know if he's still alive.
I think he is.
He might be.
Yeah.
And excuse me. And he was talking about Minnesota. I'd also played with Mark Pollock.
Oh, okay. In Texas.
No, he played with Lowell Fulson out here.
Oh,
And
okay.
that's how I met
All
him.
right. Okay. All right.
And Lowell Fulson was carting him around with him.
Yeah.
He told me about Austin. In the meantime, I'm saying, I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
And so we had a band already up there. You know, I mean, how old was I? 22, 20, maybe 23.
Mm-hmm.
And so we played a place called the Triangle Bar all the time. We actually made some money because the cost of living was so low.
In Minneapolis?
Yeah, everywhere.
Right.
You know, so I mean, if you're making $200 a night as a band, you're still can pay the rent.
Sure. Yeah.
So we played a place called the Caboose Bar, which is still there,
Yep.
and the Triangle Bar, and which was a cool place, very cool place. I met a whole nother set of people.
Mm-hmm.
I met Fenton Robinson up there.
Oh, really?
I met Eddie Burns up there.
Wow.
Boogie Woogie Red.
Right. I remember that.
And all these people were coming through, like Albert Collins playing the Caboose. And you go, what the hell are you doing here? So, and that was a great band with A.C. Reed.
Right.
That was a great band. And so things were kind of popping, but then, you know, I ran out of people to play with.
Yeah.
I had Kent Duchesne playing bass. Remember him?
Okay. Yeah, I know that name.
He's around. He's still around, I think.
Yeah, I know that.
You never hear him playing anywhere. And then
And you guys came out to Seattle at one point and did a big festival.
that's right before I came down to Texas. Because
Okay.
I had talked to, I had been down to Texas to visit from Minneapolis. It was like,
Right.
you know, it was a great place, but the weather.
Yeah. Yeah. It's cold.
I'm out of California, you know what I mean?
Right.
I can tell you some freezing stories.
I bet.
But so I had gone down to Texas because this woman named Shirley Dimmick, who was supposedly somebody, said, see, go back a few steps. I had done a demo tape with Dave Ray. You know Dave Ray?
Oh, yeah. From Tony Glover and Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Spider John Kern.
Right.
And Dave Ray had a studio up there. So we did a little tape, and Dixon came in town.
Oh, I heard about
with
this.
the All-Stars.
Yeah.
And that's Willie Dixon.
Mm-hmm.
And so they played him the tape, and he went crazy over it.
Wow.
And he wanted to be my manager.
Wow.
So he was my manager for like 2 seconds. But because he didn't have time for me.
Sure. Yeah.
So what he did was he turned me over to Bill Dyson, who was Jimmy Reed's manager.
Oh, okay.
And Bill Dyson turned me on to these guys up in Seattle named Phil and Leonard.
Really?
But they were two African Americans who
Okay,
had one.
wasn't the same guys.
No, but they were two African Americans that had like the third largest black business in the country.
Wow.
Fire extinguishers and stuff like that. So these guys come out to Minnesota. They're staying in the penthouse, you know. I go up there. They bought me a new suit, gave me $50, and I was theirs. You know. And so they had set up this big show. In the meantime, Jimmie Vaughan calls me.
Right.
and says, "Hey, man, I'm coming up there." Because I had been down to Texas to see Shirley.
Right.
And was playing all over the place on people's breaks with Stevie and Doyle Sr.
Right.
So I played this place called Alexander's out in Oak Hill, barbecue place. Jimmie was playing out there with this guy at, what the hell was his name? He's a pretty good harmonica player, not much of a singer.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he was Angela's boyfriend.
Was he?
I think so. Yeah, same guy I'm thinking of.
So I go out there, and I didn't really think much of any of it.
Right.
And I said, "Okay, well, nothing's popping here. I got to get out of here." But she offered me a partnership in her company,
Right.
publishing company, club,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. And I went, I got to get out of here. So I went back to Minnesota. I get a call from Vaughan. I'm coming up there. I go, "Okay, well, I got 3 nights at the Caboose. You can play with us all 3 nights." So he comes up. We get drunk on our asses. Really drunk. And he's telling me about Austin.
Right.
I was just there.
Yeah.
I knew what it was like. It was a pretty nice place back then.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Well, okay, let's do this." So I kind of set things up with him, not telling my Minnesota band at the time. So they set up this show out in Seattle, ADA Records. And it's got The Wolf. It's got Albert Collins. It's actually in books. There's a book with that in it.
Oh,
it might be a Wolf book, actually.
Yeah, right.
Because he was, he was on dialysis and he wasn't doing great.
Yeah. You remember what year that was?
74.
74.
73, 74.
So not long before he died.
Right then.
Yeah.
And so, he had S.P. Leary, Detroit Jr., Eddie Shaw, Shorty.
Yeah.
Hubert, of course. And I was just in heaven. Johnny Hooker was also on that show.
Oh, okay.
So Johnny Hooker, Albert Collins, Margie Evans, The Wolf with that unbelievable band.
Yeah.
And it was insane.
Right.
But there was nobody there.
That's what I heard.
Because it had been
they didn't know how to.
pouring rain.
Oh my God.
And it was out in the middle of a baseball stadium.
Yeah.
So nobody showed. But it didn't matter to me because it was just unbelievable.
Yeah, you got the hang of it.
And Wolf had taken a liking to me.
That's nice. Yeah.
He made some nice comments.
Yeah.
That was nice, And of course, I already knew Albert, so I had, I got Albert Collins and Hubert Sumlin going, "Look what I found."
Right.
But I went back to Minnesota, gave the guys a month notice, and went down to Texas after that. And that was the beginning of it.
So now, did you and Jimmie click pretty well when you guys did that show at the Caboose?
I guess.
Yeah. But it was with Aces, Straights, and Shuffles?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went down to Texas, stayed on Jimmie's couch for about 8 months.
Wow.
No work.
Wow.
Zero.
Oh my God.
It was one of the times in my life where I was going like, no.
Did I do the right thing?
Exactly. What the hell am I going to do? I was warm.
Yeah.
That happened. That has happened several times in my life.
Yeah.
But, finally we started working a little bit, and we went up to the East Coast on, we played down in Antone's.
Right.
And that's another period of education because that's where I met Muddy.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I met Jimmie Rogers. That's where I met Junior Wells and Buddy Guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I met everybody because everybody was playing there.
Right.
Sunnyland. I already knew Eddie Taylor because I was playing with Eddie Taylor out here
Right.
when I was like 19.
Right.
So it was incredible.
You guys had a nice foundation because
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
once again,
Yeah.
no money,
Yeah.
but I was paying $85 a month for a house.
Right. Wow.
So, and Clifford was just,
Yeah.
he was a patron of the arts, and
Yeah.
he was paying for things that he didn't need to pay for.
Mm-hmm.
But so that was a big deal. I mean, and once again, Eddie Taylor be down there. Now Eddie Taylor played with Jimmy Reed down there. It was a different story. It was packed.
Right.
Eddie Taylor by himself,
Yeah.
People, Fats Domino played down there. Baby played down there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was an incredible scene, and you're down there every night.
Right.
And that's when you could play locally, and which is what we did. We had a place called the Rome Inn that we played in, and on every Monday. And Billy Gibbons. We also played Antone's on Mondays.
Right.
And I also played a place called Hut's Hamburgers on Mondays.
Oh, I remember that place. Yeah.
So that was a cool gig.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Billy Gibbons would come down to the Rome Inn,
Uh-huh.
like almost every Monday with a busload of people
Wow.
from Houston.
That's pretty amazing.
And then everybody back on the bus after the show.
Jeez. That's
all
a
kinds-
patron for the arts right there.
No, Gibbons is great. He's still a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
And so, then we started going. We went into Minnesota once. Mistake. It was freezing. It was the middle of winter. It was like, oh my God. And then we went up to, on Muddy Waters' word, we went up to the Boston and New England area.
Right.
And that's when things started kind of clicking for us.
So now, did Roomful have anything to do with that?
No, that was Muddy.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That was Muddy's word.
Okay.
And we had a guy up there named Harry Chickles,
Good name.
who no, he can't be alive, but he was booking us up there. So he had us in this horrible apartment. Oh, it's horrible. And we were struggling with drummers at that time.
Right.
So we had a guy named Otis Lewis.
Right. I remember that. Yeah.
And he left.
Yeah.
In the
Left in the middle.
In the middle of the tour. So we had to find this guy. I can't remember the guy's name that we got, but it was
Pretty rough.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah.
But and Roomful back then, they were a power.
And now, did you guys record with them before you did your first album?
We recorded for Doc Thomas.
Right. Right. That was before your first
Yeah.
album. Yeah.
That was in 75.
Mm-hmm.
And Doc Thomas had come he'd seen us or something.
Mm-hmm.
And we recorded like 40 tracks.
Wow.
Some of it came out on kind of fairly recent, been a few years ago now.
Yeah.
But, it was a pretty fun gig.
It's great stuff.
We had Roomful horns on
Yeah,
there.
it's great stuff.
And Al Copley playing piano.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good. I was a juvenile delinquent still, but
You guys sound great on it.
it's pretty good. It's
Yeah.
pretty good. It has its moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically that was the East Coast was kind of where you guys really started hitting first in the country.
There was a place called Paul's Mall up there.
Right.
And we opened for Muddy up there. And the people really loved us.
Mm-hmm.
And then, a guy named Denny Bruce through
Right.
Ray Benson
Right.
came to see us in
Tacoma.
Austin. Yeah.
Tacoma. Yeah.
And so we ended up signing with Tacoma. I ended up being a pain in the ass.
Now, was that 2 albums you guys did?
4?
4?
Yeah, because we did.
Right, because T-Bird Rhythm was on there.
Yeah, that was the last
Okay.
one.
I didn't realize that.
That was the last one. And that was Nick Lowe producing.
Right, I know Nick Lopez.
So, we had been on a tour with Rock Pile in
Right.
1980
Right,
in England.
okay.
I didn't know there were that many gigs in England. We did like 30 shows with them.
Wow.
And it was.
That's a great album, too.
It is a great album.
I love that album.
Me too.
Yeah.
So it was all kinds of stuff like that going on. We were touring with Clapton at that time as well. And then we got dropped by Chrysalis because we went from Tacoma to Chrysalis.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think that.
So you're saying all 4 albums, in other words, it was Tacoma, but became Chrysalis.
Tacoma kind of slash Chrysalis.
Right.
You know,
Right.
if I recall. Then they dropped us.
Mm-hmm.
And it was another time in my life where, what the hell am I going to do now?
I've heard this. Yeah.
So we get a call from this record company. They ended up going out of business before we released it. But they said, okay, we're going to put you with Dave Edmunds. You're going to go to England, stay there for a month in the flats, and record with Dave Edmunds for a month.
Mm-hmm.
And we did that. I remember we went to Eric Clapton's 40th birthday party. We were really something. So that was great. I mean, recording with Edmunds was really great. And there were people around. I mean, the Los Lobos guys were there, so they sang backup on a couple things, or one thing. And, you know, I was writing.
Mm-hmm.
I was writing the whole time.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the songs are originals. I had written Tough Enough. That's the Tough Enough record we're talking about.
Right.
We got this finished record, and the company goes out of business.
Right.
They go bankrupt, declaring us as an asset. So we shopped it around.
So you guys were able to at least own the record, at least.
Kind of. I guess we owned it.
Yeah.
But we shopped it.
Right.
Over and over again. Now, certain people will tell you that they did all the work.
Well, I heard it almost came out on Black Pig. Is that true?
No.
That's not true?
Never.
Okay.
Never.
All right.
And so, well, it's a possibility because Fran was friends with that, Jerry
Right.
Del Judas.
With Jerry, yeah.
So he might have been trying to, I don't even know, but it would have never come out on Black Pig, never. But so it's another one of those times where I'm going, okay, time to get a day job or something? Maybe, I don't know. And things weren't really, it wasn't the best situation to be in.
Yeah. And you guys were in Texas at
Yes.
this point. You
Oh, yeah.
you were back from the UK.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. And I was dug in there.
Right.
You know, I moved there in 74.
Right.
And that's when the band started. So right after the Wolf died, too. It's crazy.
Right.
But we got it to Sony for the second or third time, which was, at that time, Columbia. That was the main company.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other?
Epic or something?
Epic, yes. Yeah. So there was this guy named can't believe I'm forgetting this guy's name. He was a big wig in there. Boy, that's sad. I don't remember that. He was a very generous guy.
Yeah.
He brought us into the office.
Right.
I'll remember it in a second. And he says, boys, I think I can sell this. I went, fantastic. He goes, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a label inside of all these labels. So it was CBS Associated. So we had all of the CBS Epic promo people on both coasts. There was no Nashville back then.
Right.
And things just started taking off. And we watched that thing climb the charts.
Yeah.
We got to number 10.
Right.
And it was, I was impressed. I wasn't impressed with the whole shtick. It didn't do anything for me. You know, they were a bunch of big shots.
Right.
And I learned that even though I enjoyed the sales, because we did 1.5 million records, which is nothing these days.
Right.
But 1.5 million records back then, for a band like us,
Sure.
was monstrous.
Yeah. Now, weren't you guys on MTV back then?
Sure.
Yeah. So
Oh yeah, we had videos on MTV.
That was a big thing.
Yeah, we were in the top 5 on MTV.
Right.
And, you know, you know, but that's back when they used to play videos on MTV. They don't do that anymore. But yeah, we went up to Canada. We filmed that Tough Enough video up in Canada. And then we filmed the Wrap It Up video at Liberace's house.
Really?
Tony Martell.
I've heard that name.
Tony Martell.
Yeah, I've heard that name.
Tony Martell, that was the guy who
He
signed
was the
us.
guy.
Yeah, and he was a very generous guy.
Right.
So we had some success there. And so we go back up to New York. It's a big thing. We had Charles Comer doing our publicity, who was a Liverpudlian guy who was doing Peter Tosh and all these.
Oh, okay.
He was an incredible publicist.
Right.
And, you know, rolling right along. So we go up to New York to have a meeting with Tony Martell, drinking grappa, eating incredible Italian food. And it's the life of Riley. I'll never forget, I got into the limo to leave the restaurant. Martell looks at, opens the door and goes, "Okay, now, give me one just like the last one." And I went to myself, no, I'm not doing that shit. So we ended up, the second record was...
Was that Powerful Stuff?
Yeah, Powerful Stuff. And, you know, he had produced ZZ Top.
Right.
And I should remember his name too. But, you know, so long ago. And I did other things for him as well. I mean, I played on other records.
Right.
So I go in there. I write my ass off.
Mm-hmm.
I go in there with all these songs. Well, guess what I get? I'm not doing that. I go, well, what do you got? Nothing, but I'm not doing that. So, I mean...
That's not much help.
So I said, okay, fuck off, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
So I left Memphis.
Yeah.
I left. I get back up there, and they'd gone to see Jerry Williams, and they'd gotten a bunch of songs from Jerry Williams to put on the record.
Yeah.
I ended up with 2 or 3. But
Is Jerry Williams Swamp Dog?
no, Jerry Williams was the guy. In a while, in a period of time, he had like 40 or 50 songs in the top 100.
Right.
He wrote "Giving It Up for Your Love" by
For
Delbert.
Right.
That was the biggest song that he had, chart-wise. Okay. There were a lot of things going on there I didn't dig. So we were up there at Ardent Studios
Right.
in Memphis, you know, probably going over budget, I would imagine. But Powerful Stuff got to hate the song. Hate it. I'll never do it.
You're saying you hate the song?
I hate the song.
Right.
Hate it.
Right. Right.
I think it's a stupid fucking song, and I hate it, and I'll never do it again. But there are some good things on it, okay? And it made the charts. Long story short, it's the beginning of the end for what they call the original bunch.
Right.
It wasn't the original bunch.
Right. Well, yeah, because Keith had already left. Keith Ferguson left after the 4th album.
He got canned. He didn't leave.
Right.
And Mike also, we had hired Fran. We go back up to Ardent to do the 3rd record. After, you know, things started popping a little bit again. Mm-hmm. And we were making a little money. But we hired the Memphis Horns for it.
Right.
Which was fantastic.
Yeah.
We had Chuck Leavell in the band at that time.
Right, I remember.
And Chuck Leavell was great.
Yeah.
He was my buddy, and we played racquetball together all the time. It was great. He was my ally. And then we put that record out, and it kind of flopped. Mm-hmm. I can't remember.
Now, was that also on Epic?
Yes. And then we had the 4th record produced by Steve Jordan up at the site in San Rafael.
Huh.
And that's a pretty good record.
Yeah.
You know, but by that time, Robillard was in the band, Kid Bangham was in the band. Right. And we didn't have a keyboard player at that time.
Right. You still had Pinky and...
and Fran.
And Fran.
That had Twist of the Knife on it, which made it to the top like 3 on the AOR charts. Mm-hmm. Album-oriented radio, which used to happen. It doesn't anymore.
Right.
And I think it went up to like, I don't know, number 70 or something. But it was in the top 100. And then things started, then we got dropped by them. And we went to, what was the name of that label? It was a small label, but with a pretty good budget.
Mm-hmm.
The guy was an ex-executive of a large label.
Mm-hmm.
And he was High Street. I got my current manager. He's fantastic. He's like somebody I went to school with or something.
He's been with you for a while.
Maybe 15 or 20 years
Yeah.
now. My manager back then.
Mm-hmm.
And he's telling me, well, harmonica doesn't really sell, so why don't you just drop that shit?
Wow.
And I said, well, you know what? Okay, but guess what? I'm going to go with Anton's Records.
So that's when you started doing your solo stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's when Tiger Man came out. That's live. And then they went out of business.
Mm-hmm.
Tiger Man should have won some awards.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful record. After that, I made an attempt at starting my own label,
Mm-hmm.
which was, a bit of a nightmare. But some great stuff came out of it.
Yeah.
I'm still selling the box set.
Yeah. Good.
There's like 90-something tracks on it.
Right. How many people did you have on that?
Fred
did a
Kaplan.
record? Yeah.
Richard, of course, was on everything.
Right.
Richard Ennis.
Right. Larry.
Larry was on everything. Junior Watson, Rusty
Right.
Zen. Kid Ramos was on some of it. But depending on the studio, with 3 different studios.
Right.
And we also went to Peace in the Valley, and we did a record there with no amplified instruments
Hmm.
and a bunch of horns.
Wow.
And Tom Fabry was on that, and Tom Fabry was a great tenor player. Great.
Yeah.
And he's not with us anymore, unfortunately. He was great. So Fred was on that one too. And, I had Watson in there, and we did Oh Baby, and some pretty cool stuff,
Yeah.
There's some very cool tracks, there was some cool stuff. But I had, during Tiger Man, I had brought the California guys out
Right.
to Texas
Yeah.
to do that recording. And that was, thank God to Clifford Anton. I mean, Clifford Anton was footing the bill. You know what I mean? But he wanted me, and I said, okay. So, and that was the beginning of the whole solo thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I got,
So the solo thing you don't do as much lately.
no, because
Yeah.
I can do pretty much everything I want to with the T-Birds.
With the T-Birds, yeah.
So, and I wasn't.
You guys are working a lot now, aren't you?
We are.
Seems like you're working a whole lot.
We work quite a bit. We did Phoenix,
Right.
117. Then we went to this place called Angel Fire, New Mexico, 8,500 feet. Then we went to Santa Fe,
Wow.
7,000 feet.
Jeez.
We all got sick from it,
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
altitude.
Right.
Then we went to the Anton's anniversary. We're working on a new T-Bird one, by the way. We just had a couple Grammy nominations on
Yeah, I
Stony
know.
Plain.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
8-time Grammy nominee.
That's great. Yeah.
A lot of it was on the solo stuff.
Yeah.
So, and then I went back to Mark Carpentieri at MC Records and I
Right.
said, okay, let's do this. I was sitting on so many tracks,
Yeah.
recording over there at Nathan's place and at Big John's place.
Right.
But these next tracks coming out are all from Nathan's place.
Okay.
I really like the quality of sound he gets over there. We're talking about doing another one up there with Oscar Wilson,
Oh, cool.
and Billy Flynn will be on it.
Yeah.
Billy Flynn is on this new stuff,
Yeah.
new old stuff. So
Mhm.
there's some stuff that has Richard, Larry, and Barrelhouse Chuck on it.
Wow.
And then the stuff that we did online, which was great because it's really a studio environment, but we just did it live, all one take.
Mm-hmm.
So we got all, that's not all of it. We got a lot of stuff from that. And, there's all kinds of cool things. I do a couple of Robert Nighthawk songs on there. And I do a little Milton. I got Johnny View playing horns on a couple things.
Yeah.
And it's got to be a really
Well,
great record.
I gotta say, I mean, you know, your influence on me, especially when I first saw you guys, man, was just, it was really, you're one of the first cats I saw that really didn't have to blow harp on everything.
Well,
And that was a revelation to me, because I realized I didn't have to play harp on everything. You can do things and feature just the guitar.
sure.
And that was a huge thing.
Well, for all the young people out there,
Yeah.
I mean, you got to know when to lay it down. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
and it gives people anticipation.
Right. When you come back again.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, you know, singing is a huge part of this. It's the vocal music.
Yeah.
You know, sure, guitars and harmonicas are great, but
Right.
unless you're doing an instrumental record, singing is everything.
Yeah.
I was singing right from the get-go,
Right.
and I was writing
Right.
right from the get-go. Now, on this new one, okay, there's a couple of originals, and then, of course, there's a couple of good instrumentals.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one that I just made up on the spot, an acoustic one with Nathan and Marty playing little drums.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some covers, yeah. There's things that you always wanted to do, you never had a chance to do.
Right.
And it's just so easy to do it, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, there's a Sonny Boy one on there, Rice Miller's, some good. It's got to be a great record. It's coming out in September, I
Yeah.
believe.
And that's going to be on
MC.
Carpentiers.
MC Records.
Yeah. Right.
And it's going to be a badass record, you know. And it kind of features everything, you know.
Yeah.
Guitar, harmonica, singing, horns, the whole 9 yards. It's a great record.
Yeah.
Billy Flynn's a beast.
Billy's great. He's on my new one, and so's Oscar.
He's a beast.
Yeah, he is. He's such a great guitar player.
You know?
Yeah, he's one of my absolute faves.
I
love all these guys.
Me
I
too.
love all these guys for different reasons.
Well, Bob Welsh.
Bob is
and-
incredible.
And also Johnny Moulder.
Yeah.
And so Bob Welsh is on this CD.
All right, Bob's on my new one too. I got
Really?
Yeah, I got him and Billy both. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he's doing Easy Baby on that.
Right.
Oh, he played his ass off.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, Bob's awesome.
He's
He's really got his own style.
Yeah.
That's what I love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's
Got
great
a ton
behind the
of,
harmonica.
ton of energy.
Ton of energy.
Ton of energy.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's you know. Then we're working on the new T-Bird. We're writing, and, you know, we'll see what happens.
So do you write much with other people, or is it pretty much
I was-
your own?
Well, I will write with other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I went to Nashville a lot for a little while, a couple of years,
Right.
and I was writing with Rick Giles, and can't remember the guy's name either. The other guy, he'll hate me for this. He probably won't see this anyway. But now Rick Giles had a #1 country hit with Reba.
Wow.
So, and what Ray Charles said about country music and writers is true. They tell a story.
Yeah.
They know how to tell a story.
Yeah.
And so I wrote some good stuff with him. Twist of the Knife is one of them.
Oh, okay.
But you know, they were great people too. Really great people.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't been doing that as much. I for this last record, I wrote almost everything though with a guy named Steve Strongman
Oh,
from
okay.
Canada.
Okay.
And when they signed me, they said, "Oh, there's one stipulation: you got to write with this guy." I went, "Oh,
Really?
I was like, no, I'm not doing that."
Yeah.
So Glenn, my manager, said, "Just try it. If it doesn't work out, I'll fly him out the night he gets here." But he was great,
That's
a
good.
great writer.
Yeah.
So it worked out all right, you know.
Yeah.
And like I say, Grammy nomination, 2 Grammy nominations. I really felt like we should have won
Yeah.
at least one of them,
Yeah.
but we didn't. And that's the way it goes.
Now, were you guys nominated in the blues category, or
That's the problem. They nominated us in the traditional blues category, and I don't know why
instead
that
of-
happened.
Yeah. You think it should have been rock blues? Or
No,
what do you think?
well, I hate that term.
Yeah.
Rock blues, blues rock.
Yeah.
What you get is no blues and really shitty rock. But I mean, the people that won, Taj,
Yeah. And Taj is always going to win.
I'm a huge
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Taj.
Yeah.
That doesn't bother me at all. And then Ruthie Foster
Right.
won the contemporary. So,
Right.
and I wasn't even on that category. But then it was best roots performance. And this woman, this Appalachian woman, what the hell is her name? She's making a big stir though. And she's good.
Yeah.
She's good.
Yeah.
So, she's got a story. But hell, I got a story.
you know, and it's tough when it's like, it's a really tough thing when, you're a band and you do, a specific thing, but you get lumped in a category that you really,
I don't know why they did
you
that.
don't belong in.
No.
And that makes it really tough.
So, now this new one is not eligible.
Yeah.
Because the music's too old.
Because it's old. Right.
Because there's some 10-year tracks on there.
Right.
So, but I don't care.
Yeah.
Because Larry Richard and Barrelhouse, they were living for that stuff to come out.
Yeah.
So I don't care if I'm eligible. I don't give a shit.
Right.
And it's really something. Let me tell you.
Cool, man. That's awesome.
So
Well, tell me about your approach to harmonica as far as like, what would you say your goals are when you're playing as far as how you approach it?
well, just let it fly.
Uh-huh.
Just let it fly.
Yeah.
I don't. If I know what I did after I did it, I wasn't doing it.
Yeah.
And just get a good sound. Everybody's tone is different.
Mm-hmm.
It must be a physical thing. Everybody's got different tone. There's a big Walter tone, there's a little Walter tone, Cotton, George Harmonica Smith. They all had a different thing.
Right.
And so it's, I try not to do things twice, although there's a guy on YouTube saying, Kim Wilson's habits. And I'm going like, this motherfucker, Kim Wilson, and he's copying my habits really poorly.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm going like, who does this motherfucker think he is? But anyway, and he's got a following too.
Does he?
So yeah. But hey, that's just the way it is. The social media shit is just
Yeah.
God. But I like to.
Well, you seem to have you have a real kind of table of styles that you've drawn from all the people you talk about.
Yeah.
And I think that you have this kind of equal, distribution of all those styles plus thing you've developed for yourself.
Yeah. The thing is,
Yeah.
if you combine everybody together, it's going to come out like you.
Right. Yeah.
And like I say, I'm doing don't need no horse.
You're right.
I'm doing like one of those, but it's got to have a horse because I'm not doing it like one. And there's a couple Walter-esque things on there.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
And then I'm doing an instrumental. It's kind of like the Louis Myers instrumental.
Oh yeah, bluesy. Yeah.
That's how it starts. But
Right.
it ain't
Or
nothing
just
like that.
Waylon. I forget which
I
is
can't
which.
remember.
Yeah.
So
Right.
they just come out. You just start it. And
Right.
That's from the internet stuff, which is great. Like I say,
Right.
'cause it's just like boom and it's done.
Yeah.
And there's just so many roads with a chromatic on there.
Oh, great.
What I try to do is, like I say, George Smith was a huge influence on me.
Yeah.
And I play octaves.
Mm-hmm.
I play octaves on the chromatic, but I don't play all octaves. I'll do
Right.
a combination of little Walter
the
and
Walter thing.
yeah.
Right.
And I kind of combine those two things.
Yeah.
And that's what I do. On the diatonic, I'll get some Cotton-esque, big Walter-ish kind of stuff, along with little Walter kind of mixed in and blah, blah, blah. Then you get the Slim Harpo, the Junior Parker shit going on.
Right.
And, then the Rice Miller. I wasn't a big Johnny Williamson guy. I never really. I love him.
He's a hard guy to cop.
He is a hard guy to
He's
cop,
a
actually.
really hard guy.
He is a hard guy to cop. But I just love Rice Miller.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, and you do a great job of getting that tone.
But
tone.
I think it's just you're just. When I was a kid, I copied everybody. I tried to copy, all the little Walter stuff, and I tried to copy Cotton and George Smith, and but I realized that I can't be knocking off solos.
Right.
Early on, I realized that.
Well, what I noticed about you is that you would put quotes of theirs in there.
That's right.
And I really dug that. You were the first guy I really saw that put quotes of Walter
Yeah.
without doing the note for note solos.
Yeah.
And that made you really stand out.
Well, you know,
Because the rest of us were all doing note for note.
yeah,
You know.
and it's impossible to do note for note.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
Yeah.
No one can do it. I don't care. You might say somebody's doing it. He's not doing it.
Right.
And oh, by the way, it only happened one time.
Right.
So, I mean,
That's the truth. I always do it more as kind of a how can I say it, a tribute.
well, and that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
There's
I
nothing
do it
wrong
more
with a
like
tribute.
that,
There's
yeah.
nothing wrong with a tribute.
Yeah.
To that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, look.
Yeah, he never did the same thing twice.
No.
It's
Never.
obvious.
No, he
Yeah.
never did the same thing twice.
Yeah.
I mean, he might have had little riffs he put in. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But even that, man, it was like
yeah, it is.
he was constantly.
No, it was
Yeah.
he was a fucking genius, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, I think that how I learned how to improvise, I might not have told you this, or maybe I did. I was walking down the street one day in Santa Barbara, just a kid, just whistling, scat singing. I went, God, that sounds pretty good. I should try and play harmonica like that.
Right. Right.
So I went and got a boombox,
Mm-hmm.
recorded my voice and my whistling in a boombox. I copied that on the harmonica.
Hmm.
And that's how I learned to improvise.
Yeah.
Or I would take solos and then add on each end of them.
Right.
And that's another good thing to do.
Yeah.
But your influences are always going to be,
Yeah. They're going to be obvious.
they're always going to be
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I mean, Walter's influences are obvious.
Oh yeah.
You know,
sure they are.
And somebody said, if you don't play something somebody else did, you're not playing anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
I can't remember who said that.
Well, it's kind of true. I mean, you got to have some kind of influence, or
Right.
how would you play?
Sure.
When guys go, "Oh man, I just listen to myself," I'm thinking you're probably not any good then.
Right, exactly. But you know, like these instrumentals that I'm doing on this new record, it doesn't sound much like Walter really. There's some Walter-esque,
Right.
slightly Walter-esque things in there,
Right.
but you know,
Well, I think you've come up with things that are you.
yeah,
You've
I
come
have.
up with things that are you, and it's kind of like, I mean, it's really interesting because sometimes I'll hear you and I'll go, "I wonder who that is," and then I'll go, "Oh, it's Kim."
Well, you're right, and
You know.
it's just a lot of satisfaction to being able to improvise everything. You
Right.
know what I mean? And
Right.
it's kind of like jazz in a way. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a big hard bop fan. I love those,
Yeah.
like from the late 40s to the early 60s. I love all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Blue Note Records was insane. You know what
Right.
I mean? And Gene Ammons, insane. Illinois Jacquette, kind of pre-bop, insane. And so, you know, what I suggest is after you get done knocking off solos, you're going to get sick of that. You just surround yourself with the music all the time,
Right.
so you know how it's supposed to sound.
Right.
You know, and you can be derivative or not derivative. So what? You're just playing.
Yeah.
You're just having a good time.
Yeah.
Just have fun. You know, because that's what it is. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Oh yeah.
You know, what I will say this: the better you get, the more fun it is.
Yep.
And
And
so,
the more you can surround yourself with the best guys.
yeah, you can surround yourself with everything.
Yeah.
You know, I'm from hard bop to one string
Right.
Sam. You know, if you like it, you know, Skip James, Lightning Hopkins, fantastic. I got a
Yeah.
lot of that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I got about 60,000 songs in my phone right now. I got a 1,500 song playlist that I keep compiling.
Wow.
And when I hear something, you know, because then I'll put it on shuffle,
Right.
or like Cotton used to say, ramble.
Right.
I put my iPod on ramble. And I mean, that's something they can't take away from us.
Yeah.
Playing with all these old
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Johnny Waters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who was that guitar player again?
Sonny Lane.
Sonny Lane was fantastic. I loved him. He was
Yeah.
a character
No,
too.
you were cool about coming down, man. You used to come out every
Oh, I
time you'd
love
be in
those
town.
guys,
You'd come
you know.
out and you'd see us. Man.
And
I remember one time you said that drummer ain't very good. You said I play drums. I said then get on up there.
did I play?
I think you might have.
Oh my God. You must have been hard up. But
Well, he wasn't that happening.
wow. But you know, Mississippi Johnny Waters was fantastic, and
Yeah.
hanging out up there, and you know, playing with people like High Tide Harris.
Right. I remember Sonny told me the first story about you and High Tide
Really?
and how you flipped your VW bug.
Oh,
Yeah.
I never saw him after that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
High
he
Tide,
told me
he
that.
moved to Japan. I think he might have
Right.
died.
No, he's still alive. I think.
Is he?
Yeah, but I don't think he's well.
I think they might have amputated something.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That's too bad. He was a nice guy. He was
a talented guy.
full of himself.
Yeah, totally full of himself.
But you know, you got to be a little full of
Absolutely.
yourself to
Yeah.
do this.
To stay in this business. yeah.
But you know, so I mean, going up there and seeing Tucker in San Anselmo and Tucker coming down and playing in Goleta
Right.
and all those great after hours places in Oakland.
Oh yeah, you used to come out to the Deluxe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it, you know, it was just back then
That was a great scene back
the
then.
Bay Area was,
It was
just
really-
happening.
It was a great scene. Yeah.
And you can-
Eli's. and
Yeah. Oh
The
God.
Deluxe. Yeah. It was a great
Eli's.
scene. Yeah.
Yeah. Old what's his name? Troy Key.
Troy's Key. Yeah. Troy. Sunny Roads.
Sonny Rhodes. Oh yeah. Sonny Rhodes was my buddy.
Yeah. Right.
Bless his heart. He was a
Yeah.
good guy.
Was he wearing a turban before you?
Yeah. I think so. Yes, he was.
You know, I remember he told me after the 9/11, he goes, "Yeah, Mark, I'll stop wearing a turban because I was up in Wyoming and some guy started to call me a Muslim."
Well, you know, for one thing, there ain't nothing wrong being a Muslim. Okay?
No, but I'm saying when you're in
But-
Wyoming,
Yeah, and you were in, you
Yeah.
know, that's why I took it off.
is
after,
it? After 9/11?
It might have been after 9/11, or actually earlier,
Mhm.
after the hostage situation over,
Right.
over in,
In Iran.
yeah. And so I took it off.
Wow.
Plus, I couldn't hear anyway. It was really hot.
Right.
So, but, you know, I got it from Little Millet and people like Chuck Willis.
Chuck Willis.
Chuck Willis wore
Yeah.
turban.
Sure did.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
Chuck Willis was. I've got that 51 through 54 compilation. of
Right.
Chuck Willis.
Roy Gaines and stuff.
Is Roy Gaines on that?
Roy Gaines is on a bunch of the Chuck Willis stuff.
And boy, I'll tell you what, that's
Yeah.
Be Good or Be Gone.
Right.
Is that Roy Gaines on that?
I'm not sure, but I know they were tight as can be.
Yeah, Chuck Willis. But
Yeah.
apparently he was a hard ass drinker.
Was he? Chuck
did-
Willis was?
He didn't live long.
Wow.
He didn't live long, but he was great.
Yeah.
When he was a star.
Yeah. Yeah.
People like Winona Harris. That's a whole other thing to get into.
Oh, yeah.
And Winona Harris had the Illinois Jacquet playing on his
Right. Right.
And I met Lou Donaldson.
Did you really?
I did. He was 94 years old when I met him.
Incredible.
And Lou Donaldson came to see us in Florida.
Wow.
And he loved it.
That's
And I was
wonderful.
like, wow.
That's wonderful.
I mean, Lou Donaldson is like in the top 5 alto players of all time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I'm blue.
but he came, he started telling an Illinois Jacquet story.
Wow.
But he played with him.
Illinois Jacquet was from Texas, right?
Well, I thought he was from Kansas City. Maybe I don't
think he was from Texas.
You know what? I don't even know, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. But he was a big star himself. And another.
I was going to say, you know, like we're talking about Lil Walter. I mean, he was listening to horn players.
Of
like
course he
that.
was.
Yeah.
He loved. Well, I think Juke is a knockoff of an instrumental,
Yeah. I believe it.
and I think I've heard that instrumental. I don't know who played it, but you know, everybody steals from everybody.
Yes.
I'll put it this way: borrows. Nobody steals. We borrow.
Right. Right.
And it's, you know, number one thing is get a sound,
Yeah.
you know, and don't try and get somebody else's sound.
Right.
Get your own sound because you can't help it. Your sound is yours. And all you got to do is just make it rich
Mm-hmm.
and be able to navigate on your instrument. You know, don't blow your face off.
Right. Don't say it all in 2 bars.
And that.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're blowing your face off, you have no headroom, you're not getting the optimum tone.
Right.
The optimum tone is when you're relaxed. And whatever you do to relax is what you do.
Yeah.
But you know, it's a fun way to live, and it's a fun life to have. And if you're guys like us, we played with everybody. You know, we played with people like Eddie Taylor. Oh my God! You know, Eddie Taylor was a king.
Yeah, he was
You know,
badass.
Eddie Taylor was a
So
king.
badass.
Robert Jr., a king.
Yeah.
Luther Tucker, a
Yeah.
king. No one could back harmonica like those guys.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So when you played with them,
you had a chance
It's
to
a
do something
disappointment.
really special.
it's a disappointment to play with anybody else.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
You had a chance to do something really special.
Yeah, I mean, and what those guys teach you by example is absolutely incredible. So
Yeah.
if you can see film of them, you know, I know there's some Eddie Taylor stuff on the internet. I know there's some Robert Jr., you know.
Well, our generation was very fortunate because of
Better
that.
believe it, man.
Yeah.
Better believe it. You know, because that's why I say surround yourself with the real shit.
Yeah.
Don't worry about new. Fuck new. Don't worry about new. You surround yourself.
That should be a bumper sticker.
Yeah, and
Fuck new.
Fuck new.
Yeah.
I mean, really, there are a couple people out there that you can listen to for vocal quality or whatever, and people like James Hunter, who's very good.
Right. He's great.
And but other than that, who can I think of? I mean, you know, fuck new. You listen to people. I don't listen to anything. I might get to 1967, maybe. Once they left mono, they lost me. You know what I mean? And so
I hear you. And I feel the same way about jazz. I mean, for me, jazz stuff is, you know, that's about 50 to 60% of what I listen to.
and
Is
you know
the eras of jazz you're talking
the
about.
hard bop.
From the 40s onto the, you know.
You go to the Black Velvet Band
Yeah.
with Illinois Jacquet.
Right. Yeah.
That's insane.
There's
okay?
so much great stuff.
And then you know, Gene Ammons, of course, and
Yeah.
it was the
Gene
sound.
Ammons and Sonny Stitt together.
Yeah,
That was a wicked combo.
I heard a story about it because I play my drummer now, Rudy
Right.
Petshower.
Right.
We call him Rudy Albin.
Right.
He played with brother Jack McDuff for 6 years.
Did he really?
He did, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and my bass player, he played with all the jazz greats in New York.
Wow.
But you know, East Coast guys.
Yeah.
But he told me a story about Stitt and Ammons,
Right.
and they were playing together, and Stitt would be out there playing his ass off, and then Ammons would get up and go, "Rrr," and the people would just go, "Ah!" And Stitt would get so pissed off.
Yeah, I bet.
But you know, it's
But the way they played together to me was just amazing.
yeah.
Because they were so
blues up and down.
yeah. That's
That's
a
a
killer.
great one.
That's a killer.
There's so
Yes,
many
it
good
is.
There's so many good songs on that. There's a compilation. Those bopping and hi-fi, like jamming with Gene, all those Prestige records.
Right. Right.
Well, you know, he was just out of prison,
Right.
needed some money, put together this incredible band. Art Farmer,
Wow.
Waldron,
Oh yeah, Mel Waldron.
Mel Waldron.
Yeah.
Kenny Burrell's on some of it,
Right.
who's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
And I got a lot of Kenny Burrell too.
Yeah.
And Jackie McLean,
Right.
who's on his best behavior, playing his ass off. I mean, playing his fucking ass off. And it's just another guy I really like is Lee Morgan.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah,
love him.
Yeah.
I mean,
There was a documentary on it.
yeah, I know, I saw
Yeah,
that.
did you see
Very
that?
sad.
Yeah. Very sad.
But
Didn't his wife shoot him or something?
well, not his wife. It was
Oh, his girlfriend or something?
yeah, but you know, he just didn't want to be with her. But she
Right.
bailed him out of.
Right.
You know, he pawned his coat.
Yeah.
It's a horrible story.
It is.
But he fell in love with this other woman, and but they were never married. The woman who married him, who shot him, did not marry him, and but he was mean to her.
Yeah.
But that's no reason to shoot somebody. I'm not a big Coltrane guy. I don't know
I'm
why.
not either. I like his ballads. That's my favorite.
Well,
stuff.
before he started
Yeah.
taking
The
acid,
ballads are great.
I think before he started taking
Right.
acid, I think it was a lot better. Well, I got some old Coltrane, was good.
Yeah.
But then Sonny Rollins.
Oh, Sonny Rollins. Yeah.
He had a great
Right.
sound too.
Sure did.
Great sound. So then you got Bird, of course, who's
Yeah.
probably number one.
Mhm.
And then you got Jackie McLean and Lou Donaldson, on both of them on alto and along with Bird. Those guys are kind of tied for me at number two.
Yeah.
But, then you got Cannibal Adderley.
Right.
I got some Nat Adderley,
Right.
which is fantastic. He wrote the work song, by the
Yes,
way.
he did.
And there's just so much stuff.
Yeah.
You don't have to get past 1963. You'll never hear
No.
all of it.
No.
Never. You will
That's
never hear
true.
all of it.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I try. If you want Juke Boy Bonner, if you want Little Walter, if you want James Cotton on,
It's all there.
on Vanguard, if
Yeah.
you want George Harmonica Smith
It's all
on
there.
RPM. Oh, I
Right.
bought that RPM BB King box.
Oh, that's killer.
You got that?
Oh, yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah.
The only problem is all the booklets are in Japanese.
I think it's like the one I have is like 7 CDs.
Mine's 19 CDs.
Okay, maybe that's a different one then. Yeah.
105 unreleased tracks. I mean, it was like,
It's some of the greatest stuff.
oh,
Yeah.
BB King was,
Yeah.
and oh, by the way, everybody plays BB King,
Yes.
except maybe Gatemouth.
Yeah.
Gatemouth
He
might-
never talked good about anybody.
No, no. I just heard a story somebody sent to me on a post about Big Walter. Big Walter hated everybody.
Yeah.
But apparently, this guy said, because he was talking about everybody to this guy, I guess is his buddy. He goes, well, is there anybody that you do like? He goes, that Kim Wilson. He could play. I went, oh, that's the first time I ever heard that. I never knew he said.
That's pretty nice.
Big Walter used to tell me,
That's pretty big.
Big Walter used to tell me, I not only teach you how to play harmonica, I'll teach you how to be a man. And oh
That's
god,
great.
oh man, Big Walter was what a sound!
Yeah. Oh, he was incredible.
What a sound!
Yeah, he was incredible.
Nobody had his sound,
Nobody had a tone like that guy.
and nobody had a sound like Little Walter or George
No.
Harmonica or
No.
Cotton.
Or
Cotton had a huge sound.
Cotton had a huge sound. Yeah,
So-
Cotton, to me, in the 60s, his period in the mid-60s was just unbelievable.
The Vanguard
Yeah, the Vanguard and the Verve.
and the Verve.
Early Verve.
Yeah, the Verve.
Yeah,
The first Verve.
yeah.
That was the T-Bird. That was my Bible because he was doing things like Knock on Wood.
Right.
He was doing things like
He got the kind of the really wide
yeah.
spectrum of sound.
And I
yeah.
went, if it's good enough for him, it's
Yeah.
good enough for me.
Right.
And the stuff off the wall on that record.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like about that record, too stereo.
Yeah.
To me, stereo is an experiment gone totally wrong. Everything I do,
Right.
like this new one I've done, he panned it so close together that it's almost mono.
Yeah.
Because I get better imagery
Hmm.
out of a mono recording.
Right.
I can see the band. I can feel the band coming at me. And I think it's, not to mention, how many mics did it take?
Right.
Like, Rudy Van Gelder was a fucking genius.
How many mics did he use?
I don't even know. And he didn't tell.
Wow.
And so, but that studio there in Rutherford, New Jersey was, man, those are the best sounding jazz records. You can't listen to anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Yeah.
So, but a lot of the stuff you didn't realize was done in Rutherford.
Right.
Like a lot of the Prestige stuff.
Right.
Blue Note, everything was done there.
Yeah.
And Blue Note, those Blue Note recordings are like Gene Ammons was not on Blue Note.
Right.
And he had some older stuff that, is still unbelievable, but it
Mhm.
didn't have that Blue Note, like,
Now, did he record for Blue Note?
no,
I didn't think so.
no.
Yeah.
I probably because it was a bad risk. I mean, he spent 8 years of his prime in prison
Wow.
for smack.
For Smack.
They all did smack.
Yeah.
Lou Donaldson.
Thanks to Bert, I think.
Well, I've heard a lot of stories about a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like Art Blakey got everybody strung out.
Did he really?
I had no idea.
Because
I knew that Jerry Weldon. I'm not ratting Jerry Weldon out for telling me this,
Right.
but Jerry Weldon knew all those guys.
Yeah.
And he played in the T-Birds for about a year
Mm-hmm.
with a baritone player.
Mm-hmm.
Same guy that actually plays with James Hunter. But Jerry Weldon told me, "Oh yeah, he got everybody strung out." I go, "What?"
What a trip.
But you know, Clifford Brown,
Right.
Art Farmer,
So is he the one that got Timmons?
Kenny Dorham.
What's his, Bobby Timmons? Is that his name?
I don't know.
Keyboard player.
He was unbelievable.
He was great. Yeah, he's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Did he get him strung out?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But apparently he
Because I know he ended up with Chet Baker, and Chet Baker.
Oh.
The funny thing is about all those guys, they would tend to group together if they were junkies. You know what I mean?
It wasn't hard because they were all
Right,
junkies.
right. So that was kind of the deal. Yeah.
But not Lou Donaldson. Lou Donaldson told us a story. They were signing bonus checks at Blue Note Records,
Mm-hmm.
and Lou Donaldson sat down and read this. Took the money and was like, "What's the?" The woman giving out the money said, "You're the first person that didn't just take the money and run out to get high. The first person all day long."
Wow.
But I'll be honest with you. I remember I took China White once, snorted it.
Right.
I had some drugs in the past. I'm not afraid to say it. I haven't had them in like almost 40 years. He knows. And so
Yes, I do.
So
40 years here too.
So exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they did it.
No.
To be honest with you, I don't know
Especially
how.
being on the road.
I don't know how the fuck they did it.
Yeah.
Because you think you're Superman, but you're not.
No.
And you get up there and go, "Ah!" And it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
And so,
There's so many horror stories too about, people like Billie Holiday or Burr.
Oh, yeah. Billie Holiday had a dog.
Yeah.
That they would
She
put it
sure
in the
did.
dog's collar.
Right.
Send the dog up to her. Because she got arrested so many times.
Oh, man. It's horrible.
And Bird.
She was set up too.
Yeah,
So,
well,
she got set up, but
you're going to be set up if you're doing it.
if you're doing it. Yeah.
So,
Amen.
don't do it. You want a little Mary Jane? Okay. That's organic. I'm not sanctioning that. But, all the guys that we played with, alcohol was the drug of
Right.
choice. And that killed a lot of people.
Sure was.
And alcohol was my drug of choice too, along with the other various sundry. One in particular, cocaine. And, cocaine was a
Those
nasty
were
drug.
Those were my two. Yeah.
Nasty drug.
Yeah.
And so I think we can both say that we're proud that we lived through it because it was,
Well, that's why we're still here.
that's why we're still here, because we don't do it and haven't done it for many, many, many years.
Right.
So it's we got smart. We finally put it down. Now it's not about the party. It's about the show. It's about the music. And it's very important to dedicate yourself to the music and finding your own sound and finding your own niche out there, And it doesn't mean you have to play, although I love playing traditional music, I don't do it all the time. But I play rock and roll. I don't play rock. I play rock and roll. And, people might say I play rock, but those aren't rock songs. Those are rock and roll songs. And, I've had success with that. And it's kind of made me. It's given me a chance to make a decent living. And people, I accepted the challenge when they told me I wasn't going to go anywhere. So you're never going to do that. You're going to make it doing that. So, okay,
That's how you did good.
That's my whole life has been revenge. I mean, the guy who was
You
going
and
through the
DJT.
who?
Donald Trump.
Oh no! Oh hell no! No! Let's not go
I'm
there.
just messing with you.
But you know,
Yeah,
the guy who was running around the hallways,
right.
he tried to snub me on a couple of shows. I went, "Oh, you're mine," and that was really the beginning of it. You know.
Yeah.
But you know, hey, peace, love. You know, go out there, enjoy yourself, have a good time. Like I say, the better you get, the more enjoyable it is.
Well, thank you, Kim. It's been a pleasure.
My
Great
pleasure.
to talk to you. Yeah. All right. Well, next time, check out Kim at his next T-Bird show.